Hello. Hey, Wendy. What's up? How are you?
Wendy.
Yeah, good. Can you hold on for a second? Thanks.
Hey, bitch. Shut up. Okay?
Yeah, so did you get my message? Yeah, so you know there's gonna be a prom in a few months, and I'm actually planning to make my own prom dress this year. Oh, you too? Yeah! Ooh, let's do virtual high five. What? Wendy, she wants to do high five too. Okay. So I really fell in love with Emma Stone's blue dress from her La La Land movie, so I'm planning to create something very similar by recycling my old dress. How about you? Whoa, that sounds so cool. I can't wait to see how it turns out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna turn out really good. Well, keep me posted about your dress, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Okay. Hey, sir. Get up. Shut up. Here's some work to do. Okay.
So this is a dress that we brought it all the way back from LA and desperately needs a Qformation. As always, the full final look will be at the end, so stay tuned. Now let's get started. Chop. First, prepare a dress with similar style up top that you want to recycle for this Qformation. As long as it is something sleeveless, that will do just fine. Now we're going to draft a halter bodice pattern just like this red pattern you're looking at the screen. Let me show you step by step. First, draw a center front line starting from the center front of the waist and ends at the point which will represent the depth of your neckline. If you want a low neck, draw a shorter line, and if you want a higher neck, draw a longer line. For the width of the waist, you're going to trace the exact measurement of the half of your front waist plus add 1.5 inch more. For the neckline, it's basically going to be a straight V line. Just make sure to use a measuring tape and measure starting from the center V and wrap around your neck until it hits the center back neck. Next, draw a 1.5 inch wide shoulder that is raised 1 inch higher from the original point. Lastly, draw a concave shaped side seam by connecting the shoulder tip to the star point. The depth of the concave shape depends on the measurement from the star point to the center back neck, so make sure to use a measuring tape and measure the side seam length on your body before drawing the shape. Now that your halter pattern is halfway done, first, we're going to draw a perpendicular line starting from the top of the center front. Second, draw a straight line accordingly, and there isn't a specific guide to where you draw the line, so don't worry about where you position them. Third, cut the lines accordingly and spread the pattern 5.5 inch. When spreading, make sure the blue pattern does not pass the center front line. If there's a limit to how much you can spread the blue pattern without passing the center front, spread the green pattern more instead. Connect the empty spaces between the shoulder and add 1/2 inch seam allowances except for the center front and cut one unfold. To create the halter neck snap tab, draw a rectangle that is 1.5 inch wide and 2 inch in length and add 1/2 inch seam allowances all around and cut 2. Now let's create the linings for a skirt. First, measure the half of the front waist and let's call it a pentagon. Also measure half of the back waist and let's call it a star. Next, draw a rectangle that is 18.5 inch long and width that is equivalent to pentagon. This is going to be your front skirt lining. Now draw 2 random lines in lengthwise and cut it from the bottom to the top motion. Make sure to keep the tip attached so that it is easier for you to spread without altering the waist measurement. How much you spread is your preference, and the more you spread, the more flowy your dress is going to turn out. Add seam allowances accordingly and cut one unfold. To create the back skirt lining, draw a rectangle that is 18.5 inch in length and width that is equivalent to the star measurement. Again, draw 2 random lines in lengthwise and cut it from the bottom to the top motion. Then spread it as much as you want and add seam allowances accordingly and cut 2. Now let's create the front and back skirt. To do so, first we're going to measure the half of front waist and half of back waist again. Let's call these measurements a heart and a triangle respectively. To create the front skirt pattern, draw a rectangle that is 22 inch in length. It's going to be approximately 5 inch longer than your lining patterns. The width is equivalent to the heart measurement. Exactly same as the previous steps, draw 2 random lines in lengthwise, cut from the bottom to the top motion and spread them as much as you want. But make sure you spread them much wider than how much you spread it for the skirt lining. Next, add seam allowances accordingly and cut 2. We're going to repeat the exact same steps for the back skirt as well. Draw a rectangle with 22 inch in length and width that is equivalent to triangle measurement. Draw 2 random lines, cut it from the bottom to the top motion and spread them as much as you want, but again make sure they are spread wider than the back skirt lining pattern that you drafted previously. Lastly, add seam allowances accordingly and cut 2. Last but not least, we're going to create the waistband for the dress. To do so, first measure the front front waist and half of the back waist. Let's call these measurements a circle and a square respectively. Next, draw a rectangle that is 1 inch in width and length that is equivalent to the addition of square plus circle plus square measurement. Add ½ inch seam allowances all around and cut 1 each for the main fabric and the lining fabric. First, let's sew the side seams of the front and back skirt linings together in ½ inch. For the chiffon fabric, we're going to sew the center front together and the side seams of the front and back skirt together in ½ inch. Next, place the chiffon skirt on top of the lining skirt. Also place a chiffon waistband on top of the lining waistband. Then you're going to sew all 4 layers together in ½ inch. You should end up with something that looks like this. Now unseam the waist of the bodice of your dress from the skirt portion and make sure to unseam the zipper at the center back as well. Moving to the halter bodice, we're going to clean finish the side seam and the neckline by turning 1/4 inch twice and stitching them in place. Once you're done, lay it on top of the bodice and pin it to the waist of the bodice. Then you're going to sew the waistband of the skirt to the waist of the bodice, all 4 layers together in ½ inch. Ta-da! Now grab your halter neck snap tab and fold it in half in lengthwise and secure each side in ½ inch. Cut off the excess fabric, turn right side out and fold the raw edges ½ inch inwards. Once finished, you should end up with a little pocket looking tab. Gather the shoulder of the halter top and insert the shoulder into the tab that you just made, then stitch it down to secure. Next, grab 1 pair of snaps and attach it to the tab. This will help you get in and out of the halter neck easily. Before we sew the zipper on, we're going to roughly hand stitch the lining and the chiffon fabrics at the center back together so that they don't shift around while attaching the zipper. Sew the zipper at the center back. Fold the lining hem ½ inch twice and stitch them in place to clean finish. For the chiffon hem, you can clean finish by using the same method as the lining, but if you're lazy like me, you always have the option to use no fray spray. Then you're done!
Oh my god, look at Wendy's dress, sister.
Oh,
So pretty.